Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of UN Art Studio. And yeah, this is a weird angle. Um, but I just been working so hard that I just wanted to go live, check in, give you a little update, um, and tell you about a few things. Um, doodling because I've been working on a retro Kickstarter page some more, and I gotta finalize everything tomorrow. God damn it! Um, it's been going very, very well. Better than expected. Not to like overhype it, and just don't expect too much. Um, but it's more than I originally planned, and I'm happy with how it came out. Did a video for it. The plan is that I'll be doing a video each day. I mentioned somewhere that they'll be edited, but we'll see. We'll see what I could achieve along the way. It's kind of crazy. But I chatted with my friend Scotty Watson, who is going to be doing a print for it, and we'll also be selling the original artwork to that. Um, Gaz had a Kickstarter moons ago for his comic Horror A4. Gaz Gretzky, for anybody that doesn't know, he's a amazing artist, funny guy, just super cool. And so for his Kickstarter, he had art commissions, and that's also something I'm going to be doing for retro. Um, and I was like, hey, can you draw me up a retro? And he's like, sure. And he did a really fine piece, and I'm going to make that a print option in my Kickstarter. And even before you see anything, essentially, like if you want a printed copy of the book with Gaz's print and Scotty's print, then you'll choose, I don't know, one of the levels with one of the prints, and add the price of the other print into it when you to go out to pay for it. And when the Kickstarter is all said and done, I'll send out surveys to make sure that I have a list of everybody, and what they're getting. Like, you paid X amount, therefore, I guess I can add it up because things are different prices. But I want to make doubly sure you want the comic, you want this print, you want, whatever. Commission, yada yada. So yeah, hopefully I've made it clear. I think I have. I started work on sort of a price point pledge, and this is how you do that thing. Right now, and maybe even when it starts, what you'll see is just a blank picture of me and Scotty's piece. But like I said, I'm gonna try to update the Kickstarter every day since it's so short. Should be really interesting, and hopefully fun. It will be fun for me. Hopefully, it'll be fun for people um, that have already pledged. They can go back and see how well it's doing, as well as see progress on Scotty's pit up. I probably won't get to inks during the 5 days, but that's okay. I'll be doing retrocentric updates somewhere along the way, and people. Well, I'll definitely post to the Kickstarter has, sort of major progress is made along the way. I won't flood you with Kickstarter messages and updates and all of that. But yeah, I geared up the courage to um, say, okay, it's like I really want to do this myself. I really want to set up the Kickstarter myself. But I was curious about other people's opinions and maybe insights that something I'm missing on the page or whatever. So I sent out the link to a bunch of my friends and already got feedback saying, I love it, which is awesome. That's the kind of feedback I love. And I'm sure some of my more comic involved peoples will be saying, "Hey, you should have done it this way, or you should have done it that way." I did get one opinion, and it wasn't somebody I sent the link to, but they were asking how many pages I had up, and really I only have a couple. A couple being two. I have the cover and 2 pages, and I think that's a good amount for the Kickstarter for you just to get a general idea, because the pages aren't colored, but the cover is, and if I must say, it looks amazing. And yeah, so I was like, no, I don't. It's like maybe I'll stick up pencil pages, but I really just want to stick with that because it's like you could scroll down a Kickstarter page. You know how a lot of them are. Uh, Too much scrolling and you just get bored. It's the same with every Kickstarter. You see images from the comic. You read a little bit about it. I don't have much description. That's something I might add to. But definitely the rewards picture I got to finish. Um, Maybe adding a little more information about the story or its creation or something. And then the pricing, and double check everything. Then green light it tomorrow. I keep saying, "Oh, it's going to be today. It's going to be today," but it's yeah, it's very involved, and I've been working, sleeping, working, sleeping, working, sleeping. I'm losing track of everything else. One of the things I did do is make sure that I have food in the house because, hey, I got to survive. And got stuff for the cats, got plenty of dry food, and an endless supply of water. So I think they're good on that front. Got some more wet food for them. Got food for me. Um, I didn't stock up on extra coffee, but I'm going to need it. Um, and yeah, just I gotta probably once I send out the retro Kickstarter for approval, I'll probably do a studio cleaning because everything's too so disorganized. My files are all over the place, and I just push them all into various folders and say, I got to organize this later. But it's going very well, and I'm very, very happy with it. I mentioned the support I got behind my project. Um, yeah, I will mention a couple of people, a couple channels. First of all, Brad Ashworth wants to have me on his channel. We'll work out a day and time for that. And he had Ron Garney on his channel. I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. I'm not sure if I'm doing it in my Artcast or if it was part of Synergy. But it was a great interview with a fantastic artist, and you should go check it out. check out his channel, which is he's Pencil for Life on YouTube. Sorry, pushing back a burp. And I'll mention two fabulous young creators, Scott O'Green and David Fleming of I'd Rather Be Drawing channel. They did an episode of their show, I'd Rather Be Motivated. I believe it's episode 35 or something in the 30s. And Scott did a wonderful, really sweet shout out to me. So I'm just repaying. But the two fantastic creators. David just finished his Kickstarter for his book and goes over it in the video with a bunch of extras and time lapse he did and bookmark. And I gotta say he's a freaking young Jake Parker in the making, as well as yeah, he's got his unique approach and style, artistic style. And Scott O'Green as well. He talked about doing a fan art series combining like Two Loves and doing it into one piece. Yeah, as a YouTube video series, and I look forward to that. He's also a really good artist, and I really want to do a fan art piece of my own of their works, because I really fascinated by their characters and stories, and yeah, would love to sit down somewhere down the line when I have extra time, and yeah, hopefully they'll remind me, because memory is going fast. There's just so much going on. Oh my god. I'll mention here that there's the upcoming The 100s Anthology Book 2, which I'm a part of. It's 28 creators in all. Mike Emirates has been doing a fantastic job putting it all together, doing covers, and you know, we seen the Scott Circle cover, looks fantastic. So happy with it. We've seen the Curry Kerr video, also phenomenally fantastic. Oh my god, it is so good. Yeah, these guys are putting together a package that the quality of which, like, not only with the book itself, but the promotion behind it is freaking inspiring to work towards as a goal. It's like, you know, I know with myself and putting together my first Kickstarter, it's just like I'm happy just to get the facts on the board. And you know, there's a little panache to my stuff, but yeah, it's like next time it will be less about what the heck am I doing? How am I, you know, how does this actually come together to where I can focus on presentation? And yeah, so I believe it's June 1st. I could be wrong. But I'll be posting about it upcoming. I haven't really much yet, because I've been so immersed in my own Kickstarter project, trying not to be too distracted. But things come up, like, you know, Scott O'Green and David Fleming's newest video, and yeah, Scott kind of hinted at it, and other people said, "Hey, did you notice you were mentioned in their video, and I had to go take some time and finally sit down and watch it. And I was very happy I did. Um, so yeah, Scott O'Green, David Fleming. I'd rather be drawing. Then we have Brad Ashworth. I'll be going on his channel when Retro is live. Whenever that is, it's upcoming. So go check him out at Pencil for Life. Pencil the number 4 at Life. If you aren't aware, I had a GoFundMe for me becoming a digital artist as well as traditional artist. I'll be melding both worlds. And that was a success. Some of the money has come in. The rest is on its way. Yeah, it's. I just want to say I'll probably do it after the Kickstarter ends. That I go in and order that. Only because I'm just freaking crazed. As some of you might have a glimpse of an idea. But I'm super excited. It got totally funded. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's open for life. If a GoFundMe isn't open for life, then I'll put it somewhere else. But essentially, you could still order my mini comic that I'll be putting out through that. It's anybody who pledges $5 or more. And yeah, we'll get a digital copy of my mini comic. I'm not sure if I'm going to do print for that particular item. If you'd like to see me print that story, then I will have a print option. But because it's sort of like part of me becoming digital, maybe, I don't know. I'm up in the air. It's something I'll be working on over the summer months, as well as my issue of Retro, as well as my book Arena, as well as Blood Rights, the first issue of that ongoing series. So I got a ton going on. So to GoFundMe right now, it's a digital option. So if you're interested in getting that, you won't be able to get it anywhere else. Therefore, it is exclusive. It is the story of Retro's the origin of his name and where it comes from. And so I'm super stoked that I'm going to be working on that story. I sort of shelved it, came up with it, shelved it, and found a home for it, and where it makes sense. And yeah, the timing couldn't be better because now I get my Retro Kickstarter coming up. I'll mention a few goodies. Well, actually 3. Just reminding myself of stuff. Okay, so Once Upon a Time in America, the newest Quentin Tarantino, I believe it's his 9th movie, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and now I'm blanking on her name, but the actress who did Harley Quinn. It looks really good. The trailer, the second trailer dropped, and it's some of it deals with the Sharon Tate situation, murder, with Charlie what's his face, and but some of it deals with sort of, I guess, from an actor's perspective, Hollywood and how you can be on top one day and unknown the next. And isn't that everything in life? But it looks it looks so good. And so excited for it, and look forward to seeing that. So that's like, that's a freaking movie that isn't comic book related, which is great to see. I love comics, and I love comic book movies. Um, I'm not, not going to see all the ones upcoming, but it's just good to see Hollywood uh, putting out quality movies that it's like what that we know Hollywood for. So really excited about that. Then there's Frank Oz's Dark Crystal is getting a new story arc chapter, and um, that's happening on Netflix. I believe, is it August or upcoming? And there's a new video on that. Although it's like them working on the creatures and drawings, and I guess it's like old footage of Frank Oz since he passed away. But maybe the drawings and the model making, creature making, I should say, is new. Um, it it looks fantastic. Some, I don't know, some of the pictures I've seen look like it's CGI creatures. I'm not even sure. Um, anyway, whatever they do, it's Frank Oz Studio, I believe, and Netflix together combined. We'll see. Um, it all Everything I've seen on it looks amazing. Um, and I can't wait to watch that. Dark Crystal, man, it was a good film way back when, and is according to Frank Oz, it was definitely like something that is a lot more work, and I could relate to that, and a passion of his to get out there, and yeah, I'm relating to a lot of things lately. Um, and then the trailer for the revisioned, or however they're putting it, the Final Fantasy, I believe it's 7, that they made a new version of using today's graphics and capabilities, but revisiting the characters from uh, that game. There's a series, and each 1, 2, 3, 4, each version was a whole different story, I think, as it goes. They came up with a new story and new aspects to sort of building on the same universe, but different characters. I think some had the same characters. I'm not really sure. But this new revisioned episode, it looks phenomenal, and really stoked about that. I don't currently have a game machine, but I am interested in picking one up just to blow us some steam at some point in the future. Maybe by the time the game comes around, I'll get one. I am akin to PlayStation, so I'm thinking it'll probably be a PlayStation. Um, so if I'm curious, like if you play, if you're a gamer and you play using what is it? PlayStation 4 was the last one. Let me know your thoughts on the system. Comment below, all that jazz. Because I think there were issues with it initially, and maybe to fix some of the stuff. Let me know, like, what the latest vibe is on the system as a whole, and do you use everything that's available in the system, that kind of thing? Because I know it's like some sort of uh, everything kind of game system. I don't know. And it has options to connect with your friends or some sort of thing along those lines. So let me know what it's all about. Because I played one and two, so it's been many moons since I really had a handle. I have played a couple of games at friends' houses and whatnot, but not really involved with the system. Just played a game here or there. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And the day I have free time again, I got some promising news from a writer I might be doing some work for. Has sort of immersed from not posting on online, and it's somebody who mentioned doing some work with me in the past, and so I hope seeing him again online means that his stuff is going forward and that we will be working together in the future. I'm not averse to taking on client work. And I say that because it's like I really want what I got going forward with my books to not run into any snags. And if I can have um, more money flowing, then all the better. Because it's one thing to think like, okay, I'm gonna gear 100% to just my books and make that work regardless, and it will work. Um, but it's another thing to say like, it's like I know I've been working to from paycheck to paycheck right now, and the moment I stop doing client work is the moment that bills pile up. As it is, I have bills piled up. I'm still paying for this freaking computer. It's it's stupid. um, but I think over the next month I'll clear up some of it, and definitely over the summer I'll be focused on getting all that super super straight. Um, so that's why, like, as far as my retro Kickstarter, it's like I'm offering prints, which is there's a good payout with prints. Um, I'm offering commissions, and that will be good chunk of change in my under my belt, in my wallet, in my bank somewhere. Um, and so yeah, it's like I guess I hope that I can encourage people to get a commission from me, and because that will help me personally, as well as the book itself. To I feel like I mentioned, like I got a couple of stretch goals, and if I reach the stretch goals at all, it means the Kickstarter is doing phenomenally well, and it will really give me something to work with as far as putting together some cool stuff for this Kickstarter, and yeah, I'm just really happy overall about the way things are going. So yeah, I got the 100th anthology coming up, and I'm a part of that. I got my Griffin story in that. It's the first 4-page story I wrote, penciled and inked. Um, they can never take that away from me. I got so I'm happy for myself being part of that project, but also the great immersion of, I don't even know words, of talent there is phenomenal. Um, so I look forward to talking about that, and I'll probably do specific videos for that, and maybe invite as many as the creators onto my channel. I know if you watch the Artcasters et al. With Scott Circlin and Joshua Kimball. They have a series of the 100's people, including myself, who have been there with interviews and talking about their projects and the 100's community. And it's like, who knows? Maybe I'll get Scott on here again and Joshua Campbell. I know we talked about getting together to do some quill inking at some point on their channel. So we'll see how it all pans out. And yeah, this is probably going on a lot longer than expected. So I'll just wrap it up. I'm going to try to post here regularly. This is sort of the Artcast is geared more to me working on comics, but I guess it's safe to say that me doing a Kickstarter for Retro is me working on my comic Retro. So it's more business ends kind of stuff, but maybe some valuable information I can drop. If you want specifics, drop me a comment below, and maybe I'll remember and and talk about it next time. I didn't do this, even though I'm streaming this episode, I didn't do it live. I'm just, really tired and can't handle the distraction of talking to people at the same time at the moment. Yeah, so I'm going to get a good full night's rest. I might even go so far as to take a sleeping pill and get a full night's rest so that I can go over the final details tomorrow, and tomorrow at some point say, hey, Kickstarter, please approve this project and get back to me as soon as possible so I can let my friends know when I'm going live. And sacrifices are guaranteed is the title. Yeah, I've been sacrificing everything to getting my Kickstarter set up, and just working crazy days and essentially working, sleeping, working, sleeping, working, sleeping, and yeah. But the more I do it, the more I love it, and yeah. So have a good one, my friends. I'll see you again soon for Has Artcast number 8, and hopefully with good freaking news. Hopefully by episode 9, I'll be doing my 8-hour live stream and just inviting a mess of people, and hopefully people will show up. Because it would be sad if I do another 8-hour stream alone. And as Scott O'Green and David Fleming were getting into a bit on their show, more Scott O'Green. I mean, kudos to you, man. He was talking about like me being a community builder, and I feel like I'm just barely scratching the surface thus far in my career, and what I'm trying to do more lately, with YouTube and Facebook groups and just my constantly talking with creators on screen and off. Yeah, I mean, it's like if people want to start giving me a nickname or something, I thought of a decent one myself, so I'll just put it out there. But maybe my sort of like what Marvel did back in the day, give people middle names um, to express, sort of their talents. So I was thinking maybe my nickname could be the Bridge, Peter the Bridge Palmiotti. I know Peter Samedi recently had a name voted for him, and it's Peter. Oh, what is it now? Is it Publishing Pete Samedi? So it's Peter Publishing Pete Samedi, something like that, something to that effect. That makes perfect sense. But there are a lot of indie creators out there who are publishers. Um, I'm totally down for giving Pete that nickname. Um, and if you like mine, I guess you could vote it up. But if you have one of your own that you have for me, then by all means, I'm trying to do all things. I want to write a lot. I want to draw a lot more. I want to draw actual comics, not just short stories. But I will be getting back to my arena short story. I will be working on um, the retro origin of his name, and I gotta say that a better way because it feels like I'm fumbling when I say that. But yeah, a lot of short stories coming up, but a lot of long-term projects coming up as well, and super excited. I will do one last shout out to my buddies Gary, Odd, Edmund, and Sari Flores. We got some things cooking that we'll be diving into next month. As well as, I'll be diving into a lot of things with a lot of other creators, but I wanted to mention them specifically um, because I've been talking with them more. If you've seen my two Aquaman pinups recently, that's our work together. We'll be doing a comic together, title still to be announced. But it's, it's I like what's been developing. As well as something else that's been developing to be between us. And they'll be making announcements. I'll be making announcements. So if you're not following them, please go follow them as well. And that's it. That's it. This is the episode. I don't know how long I've freaking gone. It's way too early in the morning. Like I said, I'm going to get some sleep. Sacrifices are guaranteed. If you want to do comics for a living or art, you got to be competitive, and certain things come up which take up a lot of your time. So it's not for the faint of heart. Love you all. See you again next time, and go make some